As many of us saw during the highly publicized Britney Spears' 13-year battle to terminate her conservatorship, the system in California is in desperate need of reform. Those who are most likely to enter into a probate conservatorship are persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities, as well as those with age-related disabilities such as dementia or Alzheimer's. Prior to my time in the legislature, I clerked for a San Diego Superior Court judge who oversaw conservatorships. During that time, I saw how easy it is to enter such a conservatorship and how difficult it is to leave. I saw the potential for abuse and the need for reforms. I know from experience that the circumstances surrounding every conservatorship are varied and unique. The decision to seek a conservatorship is not an easy one. There are many examples of conservatorships that are working well for everyone, including the conservatee, and if that is the case, this bill does absolutely nothing to change that. However, there are conservatorships that are harmful, as you will hear from one of our witnesses today, or unnecessary. Many well-meaning families enter conservatorships because they're mistakenly told it is the only option to protect their loved ones. When a person enters a conservatorship, all rights and liberties are taken away from them and placed in the control of their conservator. When the court is making a decision to strip an individual of their basic civil liberties, it is essential that this action only be taken if it is the last resort. AB 1663 seeks to reform the probate conservatorship system, instituting a more thorough process and ensuring meaningful alternatives are recognized and prioritized. First, AB 1663 would join 18 other states in recognizing supported decision-making as a less restrictive alternative that a court must consider before granting a conservatorship. Supported decision-making is a concept that really all of us use every day. We seek advice from our friends and from our family about decisions, whether they're big or they're small, maybe buying a house, changing careers, or even what we want to eat. Relying on our trusted network helps us to make decisions, but ultimately we are the ones who make the choice. Supported decision-making affords that same opportunity to those with disabilities. It allows an individual to identify trusted supporters to help them make and communicate decisions while protecting their rights and preserving their ability to make choices and decisions for themselves. Next, AB 1663 creates a conservatorship alternatives program to identify conservatorship petitions where less restrictive options may be appropriate. It also ensures conservatees maintain a choice in their lives by requiring conservators to consult with a conservatee on decisions and to make decisions aligned with the conservatee's communicated wishes. Lastly, AB 1663 will make conservatorships easier to end by ensuring conservatees know their rights and require hearings if a conservatee requests to terminate the conservatorship. I want to thank the broad coalition, including disability rights advocates, aging community advocates, civil rights advocates, and the Free Britney LA movement for their ongoing work to make this bill the best and the strongest it can be. I also want to thank the many individuals who have contacted my office to provide valuable input about the language of the bill, and we have worked to address many of the opposition's concerns. AB 1663 is vital legislation to protect an individual's right to make decisions over their lives, and I respectfully request your aye vote. Here with me today to share their stories are Venus Yist and Nina Spiegelman.
Good day to all. My name is Venus Gist, and I'm an advocate for probate and family court reform in California and nationwide. I'm a board member of the United Seniors of Alameda County, appointed by the President and Board of Supervisor Nate Miley. Why am I in support of AB 1663? Because my parents experienced physical and financial abuse by the Superior Court of Alameda County in Berkeley when Judge Thomas Reardon appointed a temporary conservator named Michelle Tiernan to care for my 84-year-old mother with dementia, instead of placing her in the loving and caring hands of me, her daughter. My beautiful, thriving mother declined and deteriorated when, number one, the conservator abruptly snatched my mother out of a skilled nursing facility where she was thriving with physical therapy, medical staff, activities, and a healthy diet. The conservator then placed my mother in an isolated, substandard residential care facility with no medical attention, and my mother had good insurance. Number two, the conservator confiscated my mother's CalPERS retirement and Social Security benefits that were not used for my mother's care, and that's still under investigation with Social Security. Number three, the conservator and her attorney attempted to sell my parents' $800,000 rental property to pay a $17,000 court fee and the conservator threatened the tenants to give her the rental income. Number 4, the conservator gave my mother 3 to 6 months to live when she was not dying, she was not terminally ill, and 4 years later, my mom survived. On February 14, 2018, that love day, called Valentine's Day, we, her family, rescued my mother from the residential care facility and out of the hands of all public servants of the court who failed our family. We took her home, and yes, initially there was family conflict in court, but we united in enough time to save my mother's life. The conservator, judge, attorneys were not happy, but Mom was safe. We were her voice. We became her supportive decision-making team. My mother passed on Thanksgiving Day, 2021, free, at home, at peace in her warm bed, and with her loving family. This is how AB 1663 could and would support the people. Family first.
Good morning. My name is Nina Spiegelman, and I'm the Policy Director for Disability Voices United, a co-sponsor of AB 1663. But most important, I am the single mother of a 26-year-old son with autism and high support needs. I am also my son's conservator, and I strongly support this bill. I understand the intense desire by parents of disabled adults with complex needs to protect their children. I believe this bill helps people with disabilities to be more protected as well as empowered. First, let me be clear about what this bill does not do. It does not end existing probate conservatorships or abolish future conservatorships. It does not take away the power of conservators to make choices for their conservatees, and it does not require anyone to use supported decision-making. Here is what the bill actually does. AB 1663 ensures that conservatorship is the least restrictive alternative, as current law requires. It makes sure people with disabilities and their families understand and consider the full range of other options besides conservatorship. The bill puts one of those options, supported decision-making, into California law for the first time. It lets people with disabilities choose trusted supporters to help them make decisions. My son can build a circle of support who will be around long after I am gone. It will empower him to build new skills by participating and provide opportunities for personal growth. Beyond the opportunities it will provide for my son, I see AB 1663 as groundbreaking civil rights legislation. This bill says that people with disabilities and older adults should be respected and empowered. It questions the assumptions that the only way to protect people with disabilities is to strip away all of their human rights. It says conservatorship should be rare and the last resort. Thank you, Assemblymember Maienschein, for being such an incredible champion for the disability community. We look forward to working with you to pass this critically important civil rights bill. Thank you very much.
Britney Spears had the benefit of worldwide fame to shine a light on her case, but there are really so many others who are trapped in the same system that strips them of their identity. AB 1663 is about extending a voice to those without that same platform. I respectfully request your aye vote.